looky there. Here's my next project I've got to do. Yeah, that's, I think it's 2007. I bought it, I think, about 7 years ago, 7 years ago, used. Only thing I've ever had to do to it is put new air filter and oil filter in it. I did have to mess with the carburetor that one time. I got that fixed. But what's going on now, and I do put blades on this thing once a year. What I got to do now is the belt. This belt keeps flying off right here, and it's pretty worn, pretty bad. And one spot is a chafed area, and also it's burnt flat, I believe. I've seen it from a distance. That's what it looks like. So I got to drop this deck. I believe there could be an adjustment for the belt, but there's not much because these are self-tensioning belts. There's springs everywhere. We got to drop this deck down. It's like maybe, I'm guessing, 5 or 6 connections and little cable pins and different washers. Get them down and out, and then I'll bring you back when I get this deck ready to slide out, and I'll show you what I disconnected. All right, guys, I'm doing this one-handed. I'm going to point. I've already got some of this disconnected. All right, the end of this cable goes up here. All right. And how you disconnect that is, has a cotta pin in it right there. You pull that out, it had a washer. That's off. But then also this cable did connect to up here. All right. And you pushed it through the housing. And then it had, let me see here, I'm trying not to lose these pins. It had one of these. It slides over the back side of that connector to hold that cable in spot. Okay, that's that. So now this cable is loose. This hole here slid. This piece here, it's hard. I've got my hand in the way so you can't see. But this slides in and out, okay? And when you pull it, when you pull this out, it's spring-loaded. The pin slides this way, and that slides out of that hole and frees up this whole arm. So that's what's on here. This here is just spring-loaded. Let me try to get a camera close to you so you see it. See the spring? All right. And when you pull it, it comes out of the back of that bracket. All right. Let me get to the other side. Okay, you see this pin? We're going to pull this out. It releases that bracket. Ugh. There we go. So now this deck is completely free. All right, I think the only thing left to do is disconnect the very front piece. We need to disconnect that, but I think if I drag or push the mower one way or another, this rod will disconnect from up front. All right, that there, I got to disconnect. You don't have to unscrew it. Roll it backwards. You see what I did? And bring it to here where it passes through this opening. We're pretty close. All right, there you go. I end up pulling it, disconnecting it from down there. I slid it out. It was slides in like that. It was just easier for me to go ahead and pull that out of the way anyway. So let me go ahead and get the light out of the way, and then I'm going to drag this whole unit out that direction. I got this out of here, and I'm looking at just different things and how messed up this is. Well, I understand one thing. Look at this. All of the belts are twisted everywhere, and all the channels, they're all twisted. That belt is within there. It ain't supposed to be. It should be like this. Luckily, we have a diagram to go back together again. But then I have one other problem I just noticed. Looking at this thing. That is the lower crankshaft pulley hitting this deck. Why? I do not know. That is the engine. Your crank, this pulley goes around all of that. And this belt goes around the pulley. And the pulley lays right here. So it's hitting that deck somehow, some way. So I was thinking that there could be a self-adjusting spot, a slot. And I would thought that that would have been it right here, this piece. But from what I'm looking at, I'm thinking that's just a guide hole to set, and it sets there. I'm thinking these belts are self-adjusting. I don't know. I tried to look up some information about this tractor, this setup, and I couldn't even find one on the internet at all about this. Look at this. See, it's just all ate up. Belt's just fraying apart. Alright, so I know I'm going to have to take off that cover for sure. Take off that cover for sure to get into it. And I do not know what else I've got to do. Looks like I'm probably going to have to take that spring off to be able to get that belt in there. So I'll probably have to take that bolt out right there and get that guide off there. I may have to pull the pulley out. Take that pulley off right there and take that belt out. And then put the new belt and put the pulley back again. Alright, one thing at a time. Let's get these covers off and then go from there. Alright, I got my new belt in. Yeah, I didn't show you. Had to go get my phone. Left it on the bench. But as you can tell, if you remember, I had that bolt loose. Took the nut off the bottom of that. Took the nut off the bottom of that. And we rotated this pulley. Tilted it so I can get the belt back in behind here. Alright, this one here, we had to pick it up so that rod that goes all the way down into here, that belt can get behind there. So now we're all locked in. Everything's in a good right here. Here, everything's routed the proper way. There's my decal for it right there. Now I need to put my covers back on each one of these transmission hub things. Get those covers on, and then we can slide this all back together again. Covers on right here. We got the covers on here, and I went ahead and checked everything else is nice and tight. Alrighty guys, look, I got the deck in. I did a video on me putting the deck in here, and you can't see nothing that I'm doing because I'm laying on the ground. So I mean, it's there. It's all black. I mean, if I was to show you, like me, putting this pin in, you can't see what I'm doing, but there's a cotter pin that goes in right here. There's another deal that holds this cable in. Where is my picture at? Oh, my hand's in front. See? That's what I'm talking about right there. Right here, there's a cable, there's a pin that goes across here. Back here, you've got this leg that I had to reconnect. That too, you just can't show that. All you can do is see how this all pulls apart. You pull that out, and then this leg comes disconnected. That's hard to explain. I'm sorry, but that's just it. I couldn't show it. Now, one thing I do need to do, and I just remembered. Oops, sorry. You do have to loosen this up so you can pass your belt through. I need to tighten that bolt back up right here, right now. And then we get to try to, no, then we're going to see if this thing is level, and then we'll go from there. All right, guys. Yep, mower's fixed. I forgot to turn the camera on, but I was able to get the grass cut. It's been over 2.5 weeks, and it needed it badly. But anyway, guys, so that was a quick little thing that I've got to do. See how tall I got here? This here's push mower. I'm going to go get the push mower and hit this stuff. And I'm glad I've got that thing running again and keep this grass cut. All right, y'all, you take it easy, and we'll talk to you later. Thanks again.